Okay, well, I was 17, so I was in STARS, which is like high school or school for kids who drop out. And I had got pregnant, but I didn't know I was pregnant until I went to the emergency room because I wasn't feeling good. So I found out I was pregnant, and I couldn't believe I was pregnant. But I was working, and the manager, she was the one who told me about the pregnancy center. But when she was telling me about it, it didn't seem like it was true, because she was like, well, you go there and you have to take a pregnancy test because they have to verify you're pregnant. And they were like, well, they could do an ultrasound and find out, maybe how far along you are, and then you can go to classes and they can teach you certain things and you can actually get stuff for your baby. And I'm just like, there's no way. I'm like, it just sounded too good to be true. I'm like, there's no way. And I was pregnant and I had so many questions, but at the same time, it was like, I feel a little bit ashamed because I was 17 and I was pregnant. So I did go to the pregnancy center. When I walked in the pregnancy center, the first person I seen was Aunt Debbie, and she is just, like, her smile, it was just like, I felt like I could breathe. And then she started talking to me and she just made me feel really comfortable. Something that I love my mom, but I wouldn't say I was scared, but I was scared to talk to her about certain things because I didn't know how she was gonna react. Well, in Davie, we just started talking, and right out the bat, we just got along pretty good, and she made me feel really comfortable, and she told me about the pregnancy center, and we set up an appointment so that I could go in and take the pregnancy test, and she told me that I will be talking to Joni. So we set up my appointment, and that's whenever I met Joni, and Joni was the same way. It's just something about her that it just makes you feel really comfortable. And I was scared, and she knew I was scared, but when I was there with her, yeah, I didn't feel scared. Like, she made me feel really comfortable and safe, where I was able to talk to her. When I did get the ultrasound and I actually was able to hear the heartbeat, then I just realized that, oh my gosh, it's true. Like, I really am pregnant, because I didn't hear, that was the first time that I actually heard the baby, like, I actually seen it. Because at first, like, I knew it was, but it just didn't click until I got the ultrasound done, and I was actually able to hear it and, like, see him. Being young and coming from where I came from, we didn't really talk about the Bible like that. We didn't study the Bible like that, so I didn't really understand it that good either. So when I started going to the pregnancy center and they had Bible study, I wanted to learn more, so I started going. And at the same time, it also opened up a lot of questions that I had about myself, because it's some things that I didn't even know that were in me. So that was something good. Like, that class, it just opens up so many questions that you have, but it also answers that makes you feel good about yourself, and it helps your self-worth. Like, it helps you feel good about who you are as a person, instead of feeling like I disappointed somebody, or me being ashamed because I got pregnant at such a young age. And when we first walked in there, Joni had also gave me a Bible. She gave me a Bible, and she wrote a scripture in the back of the Bible. And she pointed out different scriptures where she told me that if I ever felt alone, that I could go back and read them. And going from not knowing anything about God, knowing that God made you and He made you for a purpose, and that no matter what anybody says, you are good enough, that's different. That's a different love that I didn't even know before. And that is something that I had to learn. And after that, I started going to church more, because I wanted more. Like, I wanted to learn more about it and how it could change my kid's life, because I didn't have that. And I wanted my son to have that, and to know that no matter what, he was never going to be alone. That when I first walked in there, the first person that we seen was Aunt Debbie, because her desk is right there. You can't miss it. So she was right there, and the first time I seen her, it just we just clicked. She just really made me feel really comfortable and loving, and ever since she has been in my life. 8 years later, and I still talk to her. No matter what I go through, I know that I can always call her and she will always be there. And Dusty, when I first started going and we were taking anger management classes, like he shared something about his life, and he wasn't worried about us judging him. And after he shared his story, it made us realize that, you know, we could talk to them. Like, he made us feel really comfortable and made us realize that he wasn't going to judge us. Like, no matter what we said, he wasn't there to judge us. He was there to help us. And when you feel a certain way, you really don't realize things until you hear other people and what they went through. And hearing Dusty talk about his problems and Joni, it made me realize that we all go through something, but no matter what we go through, it's up to us, you know, like, to get through it, and knowing that God is there for us. My sister just had a baby not long ago, and I actually told her to go because she needed the help. So there are so many people who they feel alone, they feel like they don't have anybody. And when she found out she was pregnant, she had in mind she thought that her only option, because she was basically by herself, that she was going to have to give the baby away or, you know, maybe abortion. But she didn't know that there was a place that actually helps people. And when you go to the pregnancy center, they give you options. They give you the help that you need. They give you Pampers, formula, car seats. I mean, everything you possibly need for a baby, they have it there. Her feeling alone and feeling like she didn't have anybody and going there, it helped her get through it. Her baby is 6 months now, and he is such an amazing baby. I can't imagine him not being here. So many people don't believe that they can actually be able to raise a baby. You're young and you're scared, and you feel like there's no way that you're going to be able to do it. Going to the pregnancy center and them being there for you and be able to help you with having everything you need for your baby, but also for yourself, that is something that is just priceless. I mean, you can't put a price on that, especially because there's so many people that feel like they're alone, and knowing that the pregnancy center is there, it gives them hope of knowing, or at least having hope of them being able to do more for their kids. There are so many women who need help. They might need help financially, or they might need spiritual help. And that is something that the pregnancy center has, and there's no price on that because it saves a lot of lives. Women thinking that they don't have somebody there, or that they don't have any other option, they make a lot of decisions thinking that they don't have somebody there for them. The pregnancy center is a hope for them to see that they can't do it on their own. They do have somebody there, and they're not alone. And their babies will get everything they need to be taken care of.